Great, welcome back. So in this video we're going to look at some of the results, and I do like this table, table 1. And it includes kind of a breakdown of, what kind of restaurant, what kind of business they are, whether they've adopted social media or not. I thought it was kind of a nice little table. So let's talk about those that adopted social media. What were some things or habits that they had? Those that adopted social media, for the most part, were posting daily announcements. They were doing pictures, recipes, videos, etc. They were putting stuff out every single day. And I can tell you that does work. At least anecdotally, I've noticed on my YouTube channel, since I started posting 1, 2, 3 videos every single day, the number of views that I've received on this channel has increased almost threefold. Now, I'm not one of those channels that gets tens of thousands of views in a single day, but for a small YouTube creator, it's a huge boost. I mean, tripling my viewing is impressive. Other examples of habits that businesses that successfully use social media took is they responded to their comments and they did it quickly, right? They didn't let comments sit for like a month. And I've seen this also in my own consulting experience. There's a lot of businesses, they didn't respond to a comment and the customer feels like they've been slighted or ignored. That's not a good sign. A lot of them also promoted their social media online and in particular offline. So they promote like their Facebook page and put on their business cards and their brochures like in the place, hey, check out our Facebook page, okay? They put on receipts also. I thought that was kind of neat on their menus. One of the things that they all talked about, all of the adopters of social media, was the struggle to get likes, okay? And what did they do to try to get more likes? They would give discounts to people that like them. They would befriend other businesses out there, and so that way, that also kind of promoted their awareness to another business owner and possibly a different geographical location. And I can tell you, at least as my YouTube channel, it's a struggle to get enough subscribers, right? In order to be monetized, you've got to have 1,000 subscribers. As of today, I'm still kind of far from that. So it's a struggle to get that. Now, they talk about befriending other businesses. Now, I can tell you, at least on the YouTube community, what I have noticed is that very successful YouTubers are co-creating videos with other YouTubers. So that 2 YouTubers will be in the same video talking about a concept or an idea. I'm actually trying this on an experimental. I'm working with a friend of mine, Princess Gaia, that's her YouTube channel, and we're doing some videos comparing corporate social responsibility to her Gaia perspective on social responsibility. And so we're going to see if each of us gets more views from doing these co-created videos. I'll put the link down below of our co-created video if you'd like to see it. And of course, they also work a lot to post their social media, like their Facebook pages, link them to other social media platforms like their Yelp, their Twitter, etc. Right? So technically, if I had a lot of time and I really wanted to be super successful on YouTube, I could start linking what I'm doing here on YouTube onto my LinkedIn account, onto my Facebook, onto, well, those are really the only social media platforms that I have. And that could be done. And so you're reaching different networks and different audiences. By the same token, a small business owner could link their Twitter to their Instagram, to their YouTube, to their Facebook. And so it gets basically one user who's interested looks at your social media multiple times. Now, they asked some of the people that adopted social media, why did you actually go ahead and do it? So, first of all, and I thought this was interesting, they said that Facebook is easy to use and it's free to use, so why not? Okay, that's a pretty good reason. Some said that they were already using Facebook for their personal use, and so it was pretty easy to just transition to having a business page. A lot of them thought it was fun to connect with customers in this way. I can see that. I mean, I really enjoy connecting with my YouTube audience, so I could see why somebody would think that was fun. And of course, they did it for reasons of isomorphism. If you're interested in my isomorphism playlist, I've got that below if you don't know what that is. But they basically did it because everybody else was. Isomorphism is a herd mentality. So why not do it? Everybody else is. Okay. Now, they also asked the small business owners, who maintains your sites? Now, I love how they say most of the owners, which is 14 out of 27. I mean, yeah, that's technically a majority, but that's not much of a majority, right? You know, if you got one or like two choices only and you've got more than half, then that's a good majority. But if you got potentially an infinite number of choices and you had just over half, that's not much. That's really not much of a majority. So 14 of them, the owners, said they did it themselves. They maintained their own social media presence. And they talked about the fact that just for their social media presence, their Facebook page in particular in this article, they'd spend about 2.5 hours a day managing it. Now you think about that. They are spending 2.5 hours a day, and I'm not talking about scrolling around on Facebook or something. I'm talking about actually managing their Facebook account. That's a lot of time. Most people can probably work efficiently for about 8 hours a day. 10 hours a day you can do, 12 hours every day, you start getting tired. And 2.5 hours of those days are being sucked up maintaining social media. And that's something that you've got to ask yourself. As a small business owner, is that the best use of your time to do social media? Or are you better off developing new business ideas? Are you better off interacting with customers in person? If you're a restaurant owner, are you better off checking to make sure the kitchen's hygienic? Are you better off doing all sorts of other things? I'm not saying don't manage your social media yourself. I'm just asking you to think about the trade-offs. Is that really the best use of your time? Okay. Now, for some of them, they said that wasn't exactly the best use of their time. Some of the people they interviewed said that managing the social media was divided between the owners and the staff. So they kind of divided up. So a little less amount of time was spent on just one person managing it. And three owners said that. Some said that they had one staff member that did it all the time. Just one staff member was devoted to the social media. And of course, this was kind of interesting because there was one example in the article where they said that they asked one person to manage their Facebook page, but they weren't going to pay them any extra for the extra work. That's probably not the path you want to take. If you're asking someone to do something value added for you in the business, you might consider compensating at least a little something, right? And one of the 27 interviewees said that they outsourced it to a third party. They had somebody else professionally manage their account. Okay. Interestingly, for the results for the adopters, most felt, at least anecdotally, that having a social media presence increased their business. Now, they weren't doing, for the most part, a lot of complicated statistical analyses. One martial arts instructor said he got a new student because of social media. Okay. So at least anecdotally, they thought it helped. We don't know if it did or not because there wasn't much analysis done here. A lot of them also said it was a great way to maintain their customer base. Somebody comes in once and then you use the Facebook, because this article is mostly about Facebook as a social media forum. You use the Facebook to make sure that they keep coming back. Okay, that makes sense as well. Now, a lot of the owners expressed concern that they didn't have any sort of an automated means to maintain their Facebook, which is why some of them were spending 2.5 hours a day maintaining social media. To me, unless that was my full-time job, that would be maddening. Okay. A lot of them are also confused as to how they could turn the likes into actual customers. Right? People like the product. How do they turn that into customers? Okay. It's easy for someone to go to your Facebook page and give a thumbs up and say, hey, I'd like to try your pizza sometime, but how do you get that in actual customers? And just the likes themselves aren't enough to be customers. Again, thinking about the ASMR videos that you see on the internet, people that sit there and watch people at the chiropractic getting their back cracked or getting a haircut or whatever, I can guarantee most of the people that watch those videos do not are not going to fly to Vietnam to get their haircut or something, right? That's not going to happen. So they're not actually going to be customers. They're just people who view it and people who click the like button. One of the things that they don't talk about in this article, which I think is interesting, is social media platforms and those likes can become valuable products in and of themselves, right? There are some people, again, I mentioned the chiropractors, the barbers that have those ASMR videos. I'd be one to bet you in some of those cases when they get 1 million subscribers and tens of thousands of views per video, that the products of those videos may actually become more valuable than the businesses themselves, right? I don't know exactly what the revenue of some of these barbershops in Vietnam or Thailand or even some places in the Southeast that have these videos are. I haven't looked at their books. But I'd be one to bet you their YouTube ad revenue may come to a point where it dwarfs the actual value-added service that they're performing on that premise. So keep that in mind. This can also potentially become an additional stream of revenue. Great. So in the next video, we're going to talk about the non-adopters. Why would some people not adopt social media? Okay. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a like, so that's a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and comment down below if you have any questions or comments. Great. I'll see you in the next video.